What's up, my chatterboxes? I hope everybody is doing fine. I'm not doing too great on this side of the town, but we're going to push through it. Physically, I'm fine, but I'm dealing with a whole lot in my personal life. I am dealing with something that's really is trying my patience and trying my faith, and I am pushing through it. I'm realizing how strong that I really am, and I have faith that we're going to get through this as a family. We're going to get through it. So I apologize for me not being as visible on YouTube as I once was. But if you guys knew what I was dealing with, and I'm not ready to share that with the world yet, you guys will understand. Why I've been missing in action. So with that being said, I'm reviewing a new show. It's not a new show as far as it just coming on, but I have never reviewed it on my channel. So we're going to review Married to Medicine, the season 9, episode 1. Now I used to watch Married to Medicine in its earlier season, then I fell off from it, but I said, well, why not give it a shot? Why not give it a shot? Let's see what it's giving. And so far, so good. So it starts off with Simone and Dr. Jackie. I'm assuming that they were having like a rough patch, and they said that they were able to work on their relationship and they're in a better place. And that's what people don't understand. People put work into their marriages, into their relationships, with their sexual partner, but people don't understand you have to put that same kind of time and work into a friendship. If it's something that's valuable to you, if it's worth holding on to, you have to work at it. You really do. And sometimes people take that for granted. People think that people's always going to be there for them, or in a corner, and whenever no, it does not work like that. It does not. Nobody likes to be felt like they're taken for granted. Nobody likes to be like to feel like you put me on a shelf and take me off when you get ready. Nobody likes to feel like that. So I understood where they were coming from when they was like, they realized they both had to put work into the relationship, and it was a relationship that it was worth them salvaging. So they did the work, and now they're doing pretty good. uh so the husband seems to be happy that the two of them has reconnected, because now they could go for their wings, aka strip clubs. They actually to do their male bonding, because they never had the beef. It was between the wives, but you're not gonna go against the grain. So all is well. Dr. Jackie was telling Simone how she went to this like retreat or some kind of class, where they was telling them about O shots. So basically, it's some kind of thing where they like do I think she said plasma or blood or whatever from a patient. They spin it around in some kind of tube or machine, whatever the case may be, and they put it in your vajayjay, and it actually like stimulated a little bit more. And she was like, "Oh, mama's popping." So I guess it did the thing for Dr. Jackie. And she said they even had pee shots for to make the penis more vibrant and larger. Simone was like, well, I don't know about that. She was like, because he gonna bother me if he got a little bit more stimulants stimulation down there. And I was cracking up, because I'm like, we're gonna leave him where he at right now. I know that's right, Simone like, I'm tired. I'm already skating. I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say this, but this is what I'm saying. She like, listen, I'm already skating through with the mandatory time that I do have to have sex. I don't need him to be on me no more, because if he get that sense of rejuvenation down there, it's on and popping. Now, Dr. Jackie, I don't know. Dr. Jackie look good. Did y'all say she could? It's like, I know she of a woman of a certain age, but shit, Dr. Jackie look good as heck. She look really good. I'm like, damn, bitch, what's your secret? I know she eat healthy, but she looks really good. Clubs, they actually, to do their male bonding, because they never had the beef. It was between the wives, but you're not going to go against the grain. So all is well. Dr. Jackie was telling Simone how she went to this like retreat or some kind of class, where they was telling them about O shots. So basically, it's some kind of thing where they like do I think she said plasma or blood or whatever from a patient. They spin it around in some kind of tube or machine, whatever the case may be, and they put it in your vajayjay, and it actually like stimulated a little bit more. And she was like, "Oh, mama's popping." So I guess it did the thing for Dr. Jackie. And she said they even had pee shots for to make the penis, more vibrant and larger. Simone was like, well, I don't know about that. She was like, because he gonna bother me if he, got a little bit more, stimulants then, stimulation down there. And I was cracking up because I'm like, we're gonna leave him where he at right now. I know that's right, Simone like, I'm tired. I'm already skating. I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say this, but this is what I'm saying. She like, listen, I'm already skating through with the mandatory time that I do have to have sex. I don't need him to be on me no more. Cause if he get that sense of rejuvenation down there, it's on and popping. Now, Dr. Jackie, I don't know. Dr. Jackie look good. Did y'all say she could? It's like, I know she of a woman of a certain age, but shit, Dr. Jackie look good as heck. She look really good. I'm like, damn, bitch, what's your secret? I know she eat healthy, but she looks really good. So now we moving on to Dr. Heavenly. She's talking to her daughter Laura, and she's asking her like how much time she's going to be able to spend inside the beauty supply shop, because she got like a hair store, which is actually a good business for an African American to tap into, because the Asians got it like sewn up, but it is a $1 billion industry. We make that industry so much money. Why aren't more black owned businesses, popping up, whereas though, we could funnel our dollars into those companies. But I understand it might be harder for black people to tap into that. It's harder probably for the supply and demand and all that old crap. So I understand is, it's reasons for that. But I'm happy that she seems to have one and is successful, and that's something that she's going to leave to her daughter, which is a good look for her daughter. So why not, learn the in and out. Now she said her daughter is good with the social media stuff, but she want her to really learn the day-to-day operations, so when she pass it off to her, it's nothing that she don't know how to do in regards to that whole business, because that's only going to make you more successful, get you in a situation where you can, expand more and things like that. So Quad came over. I'm sorry. Quad came over, and we find out that Laura, she's waiting for her dad because he's going to take her for driving lessons, because I guess she don't really want to drive with her mom or whatever. I think her dad more calm. But Laura, she got a Range Rover for her birthday, and she didn't even know how to drive. Now, I guess the goal is for her to learn how to drive, but I don't know if you would have got that car until you was able to drive. And you gonna give her that car as her first car, and she don't know how to drive? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm with Quiet. Like, my first car was a Toyota Corolla. I don't think I know it's the difference in money, it's the difference in the time and stuff like that. But to get that kind of car and you don't know how to drive, that's a bit. You better have some good insurance coverage on it. So if she bang out, you could, and hopefully she don't hurt herself or hurt anyone else, but hopefully y'all can recoup your losses in some kind of way. So make sure that is extra insured, okay? So they were in there. So her daughter, Dr. Heavenly daughter and her husband, they left out. So Quiet and Dr. Heavenly was talking, and she was saying how she don't know why Contessa stopped talking to her. They went from talking every day, going out every other weekend, to her being ghosted. And she was like, it literally hurts. And then the producers, because you already know the producers is shady, they cut to Dr. Heavenly on her YouTube channel saying all this shit about her, talking about, do I think she's being abused emotionally, verbally, and then they cut to footage of Dr. Contessa saying, Dr. Heavenly, we supposed to be friends, and she's sitting up there going on her YouTube channel talking about me. Where did the friendship start? I'm like, now, Dr. Heavenly, you do know that when you post things to YouTube, everybody see it. So why do you act like you're shocked at why she's mad? Because you're talking about when you were in New York at the reunion, you said nothing but good things. But yet you went on your YouTube channel and dragged the shit out of her marriage. So why do you think she would be okay with it? You don't have any inclination as to why she ain't fucking with you right now? So you're delusional. Please. Child, Dr. Heavenly is a damn mess, okay? She is a mess. So they were talking because now Quiet bought a house. So she said soon as she closed, she started renovations on a new house. So Dr. Heavenly goes to say to her, you don't got no sponsors, child. So she was like, if I was young and I was beautiful, child, but she was like, so Quad was like, well, you'll be throwing that pee all around town. And she was like, I ain't saying all that, but yeah. Dr. Heavenly would be a damn mess. If she was single, and she would be a mess. So Quad was saying that she didn't really want to have another man putting any money into the house because she don't want him to feel like he got some ownership into the house. And that's when Dr. Heavenly was like, it's nothing wrong with getting a couple dollars from a man. And see, where I understand where Dr. Heavenly at, because where Quiet is at with that, because once a man start thinking he's buying stuff for the home or doing things for the home, he do think, oh, he can have some kind of say. But the key to that is you can still get some money from a man. He just don't have to know where those dollars go. Because once he give it to you, it's for you to disperse however you want to disperse it. You don't tell him, oh, I use, such and such money to do this, do that. No. Once he give it to you, it's none of his concern or it's none of his business as to what you do with it. That's how you play that. So he can't say, he don't know if you went and got a whole makeover with that money or you bought a new kitchen sink. He don't know. Keep him in the dark when it comes to what you're doing with the money. He don't have to know. But I'm with Dr. Heavenly. If you got somebody that's occupying your space and he talking to you and you doing whatever you doing with him, get some money from him. Get some money from him. You don't have to do all that on yourself. Get some money from him. He just ain't got to know what you doing with the money. And that's just true tea. I learned that from my grandma. Them older women, they knew a few things. So now we see Dr. Contessa. She's out back with her trainer. She signed up for a fitness competition. And she really probably doing it to get back to her old self, to feel good again. She said that she wants to get back to her, because I think she said she was like Miss USA or something like that. Or she was like a runner-up for one of those pageants. And she trying to get back to her old body. And then she also made a joke saying that, if my life changed and I got to get back out there, I'll be looking, ready to do so. I'll be ready to do so. I'm like, you go ahead, girl. Ain't nothing like looking good during the breakup, okay? Because them men be sick. Trust me, they be sick. So we learned that her and her husband, they didn't go through with the divorce. She was all set to sign the papers, and he didn't want to, sign on a dotted line. So he agreed to go to therapy, and they both said therapy is the reason why they're still a united front today. And they both seem happy. They, working on, a healthier relationship. And as long as therapy can help him acknowledge where he went wrong and maybe where she went wrong, and they can, better communicate with one another, I think they do fine. But he seemed like he could be a damn jerk, but he put his pride aside, he put his ego aside, and he was willing to, do what he needed to do to save his family. So that was the step in the right direction. All we could do is hope, for her sake anyway, because, the kids wasn't having her being out with a bathing suit on some hills with a strange man. They looking like, who the hell is this? I guess they had Mr. Memo that she was training for a fitness competition because they definitely wasn't feeling him all up on mommy like that. The little daughter looked like she was about to take his ass out. You know what I mean? Like, they already knew because she said they did talk to the kids that they were going to get a divorce and stuff like that. And then she see her mom in that daggone driveway with that daggone buff man. She probably like, hell. She was a little girl probably like, her mom, hell no. We gonna put a stop to this right now. I want my mommy and daddy together. But it was all fun and it was all fun and games. It was harmless. But the little girl, I think she was serious though. I really do. Listen, if we can say, or if not we, because it's not our relationship, but if people can say, they marriages and try to prevent broken homes for them children in a positive way, let them do it. Let them do it. I think it's a good thing as long as he's working and you's working on a healthy relationship. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now we have Quiet. She's with her family. She got them daggone dogs dressed, died, looking like little turkeys. Died. I'm like, Quiet is so extra. So daggone extra. So Quiet recently bought a new home. The home, I think, is like 14,000 square feet. Beautiful, pool, a bunch of space. She even made reference to how big the marble countertop in the kitchen is. She was saying, "Listen, I could get a little freaky on there. I could do some things on there." But then she said, because Mason might walk in here and then be looking like he want a snack, and I'm looking at him like I am the snack. So I was like, okay, TMI, but I get it because it looked like you can do some things on that island right there. It looks like it. So we find out that she has taken in her nephew. Her brother passed away last year due to heart complications, and she was saying to her nephew that when they went to the parent teacher conference, that they said that he's a good student, but he had trouble with concentrating. And she asked him, well, why was that? And he said, because he missed his dad. And that he started crying. Quiet started crying. The mom started crying. I started crying. I'm like, oh, this is too much. Especially, on the heels of everything that I'm going through in my, personal life. That shit just, oh my goodness. I'm like, listen, my heart can't take no more right now. It just can't. So I did like the way Quiet like reined in the conversation, and she was able to get everybody back, together and not all, in their feelings. Like she said, you gonna feel how you feel. It's okay, to feel that way, but we gotta, pull it together and keep it moving. And then that actually allowed her mom to like get out her feelings a little bit, and they were able to, go on with their day. And I just thought that was good because you don't want your mind like it's just so many different layers to that. You got the baby crying, you got the mom, and then you all messed up. Y'all gonna be a hot goddamn mess. Somebody gotta be, stronger in that situation, just to get the situation under control. And I do remember her brother on those episodes. Like I said, I used to watch this show earlier on. I remember when he was a little old baby because I used to say, oh, how so cute he was. I remember that. So I'm glad that she was able to step in and take care of him. And now that her mom is down there, I guess helping out with Mason, it's all one big happy family without her man. We got to get her married to the medicine again. Okay. So now we see Anila and her husband. They have their house. It's finally finished. They went over budget, over $1 million. Same square footage as Quiet's, 14,000 square footage. The swimming pool, I think it says 6 bedrooms. It's huge. It's a beautiful house, a beautiful home, beautiful. So they were talking about how in Indian culture, it's customary for you to bring like your immediate family over, the priest, and y'all bless the home. They even had a goddamn cow show up, but they said in the Hindu culture, a cow is very much revered. Like, you get, milk, cheese from cows or whatever. You sustain a lot of nourishment from cows, so they actually look at and appreciate cows. So she was talking about how, it's some prayers, like when she was in her confessional. So the producer was like, well, what's some of the prayers? She was like, I don't know. I'm from America. She said, I don't know. I was cracking up. I was like, at least her ass honest. She's like, they more like mantras. So, we see them there going through the house with the priest. He's saying, the mantras throughout the house. They got the cow slipping on the goddamn going runner. I was like, oh my goodness, I hope this damn cow don't slip and fall. Next thing you know, the cow done shitted on the goddamn going step. They looking around like, who the heck is going to clean the poop up? The mom said from the gate, I'm not cleaning up no cow poop. I guess you gonna get the lady. So we see the housekeeper cleaning up the cow poop. I know she probably like. I know the housekeeper lady probably was like, "Ain't this about a bitch? Y'all bring this cow in here and I gotta clean up this shit." I would have been mad. That's why I couldn't be cleaning nobody goddamn house or be nobody like work with someone inside their home. Nope. I don't get no. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Y'all, one of y'all could have got the daggone paper towel and some disinfectant and clean that shit up. Y'all the one brought the goddamn going. Y'all the one that brought that damn cow in here. So moving on from them, we see, oh my goodness, child, Toya and her family. The boy's giving her a hard way to go. She's stressed out in there, and we find out that Toya feels as though her home isn't big enough for her, the boys, and her husband. So that she's moving on to something different. Listen, I haven't watched this show in many a seasons. And when I used to watch this show, she was moving into a different house. It was all about a different house. I know her husband is about sick of her. He really needs to put a stop to the madness. How many dream homes are you going to have? Like, it's compulsive and it's excessive. Who the hell want to move that many times? It's annoying. For real. So like I said, the kids is getting on her nerves. They going up and down on the elevator. Not supposed to really be on the elevator. But that was the concern of the other house. She said the other house didn't have a room for tennis court. It just wasn't functional for a family. It didn't have an elevator. But now you're saying that you don't want the kids on the elevator. And I get it, because you do not want them getting stuck on the elevator. But you made the elevator a reason as to why you didn't want to stay in the other house. So if you don't want them to use it and you want them to use the flight of steps because it's only one floor, was the elevator really a focal point that you needed in the house? Like, come on. Like, it's just nonsense at this particular point. It really is. So, she said everything. Eugene came in the house and she was telling him how she can't really find everything. It took her an hour to find a daggone Pam, the cooking spray. She was like, everything is just over the place. Then she tells him how, well, he said, because she was screaming at the kids, and he was like, well, Dad, you know how noisy ER is? He was like, then I got to come home. And to this, she was like, well, so what, you want, a white woman? He was like, if they would be quiet, I'm like, well, goddamn, Sawyer, you really just went there. You really went there. Anyway. So she was telling him how Nala had her son drop off an invite to her housewarming, and she don't really know how to take it. He was like, well, I feel as though if someone invites you to something, it's no ill intent behind it. Otherwise, why would you invite somebody to an event? She was like, well, you choose to see the good in somebody. She's like, we'll see. She said they kind of like made amends back in New York at the reunion, but I guess it's still like a strained relationship between them two. So we'll see how this work out with them, how they interact throughout the season. Because Toya can be a bit much. I mean, this is my first time actually seeing Nala on a show, because like I said, I haven't watched it in some time, so I really didn't go back to see what the background was. But I will. I'm a binge watch the seasons. I will. So now is the day of the event, the housewarming. Everybody's getting ready. Quiet. Y'all gonna kill me because I do not remember the Indian lady's name. I'm sorry. So they're Quiet is at her house. They getting ready. They getting like they authentic Indian garb on, and well, I must say. Quiet looked absolutely beautiful. Everybody did. Everybody, came. They embraced it. Dr. Heavenly outfit was nice. It really was nice to see. Um, Cecil, Simone, Dr. Jackie, and her husband, they all showed up together. And Cecil, he knew more about the event that was going on because it was some kind of celebration too. I forgot. I don't want to mess the name up, so I'm not going to say it. But it's a traditional celebration, like some kind of like I don't know if it was like a holiday for them, or like a festival time of year. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but he was well versed on it. You could tell he did his research on it, and it was basically some of those rituals and things that they do is like supposed to like give positive energy around and get rid of like the negative energy and stuff like that. She was like, well, what? So Dr. Jackie said, well, we can use that within this group. Absolutely, y'all can use that within this group, and hopefully it can keep the bad energy away for the whole season. But we know this is Married to Medicine. That shit not gonna happen, okay? But we can hope. We can hope it's not gonna happen. So Dr. Contessa, her husband was talking, and she was like, well, I don't think we know plenty of Indian people, and we don't have to come to their house dressed in their attire. So her husband was joking, like, yeah, because you put a dashiki on, I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm looking, y'all gonna see. Listen, the outfit that she chose to wear, it did look like a Party City costume. Like it looked like a Halloween costume. Like, really, you might as well just came in. It's some G's in the t-shirt, because I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh my goodness, it was so goddamn funny. But everything is going smoothly. Dr. Heavenly started her little shit because she seen her husband was talking to some lady, and she's like, what's she all up in my husband's face for? What's she in his face? And and Corey was like, you don't have anything to worry about. She's you've been with him 25 years. You have nothing to worry about. And Dr. Heavenly gonna say, you don't. I know I don't have to worry about anything. You need to just worry about you and your husband, something to that effect, or your lips or some shit like that. But the funniest part of that was the bartender in the back. She was listening. Her facial expressions was the highlight of that scene. And then the shady ass producer's gonna cut, because Dr. Heavenly, she gonna poke her lips out. Her confessional talking about she need to be put her lips on something. She poked the lips out, and they edited it where Corey turned to Dr. Heavenly with them lips. I died laughing. Okay, I died laughing. So that was a key. Oh my goodness, they a damn mess. Dr. Heavenly, she need to cut that insecure shit out. You been with that husband all that goddamn time. He ain't going no goddamn where. But you definitely getting on his nerves. You definitely get on his nerves. So like I said, the event is started. Everybody's having a good time. Why the hell? See, this is the thing. Toya and her husband, they literally live right in the same cul-de-sac in the same area as Anala and her husband. Toya and her husband shows up on one of those little golf courts, and they actually showed up 2 hours late. And Anala, she made reference to the fact that she was late, but she was like, you know what? I'm actually glad that she showed up. She was like, because we haven't been seeing eye to eye, and this is a step in the right direction, which it is. But Toya, please, Toya. Child. Toya's a goddamn mess. So, like I said, Dr. Contessa and her husband, they show up too. Dr. Contessa, she didn't say anything to Dr. Heavenly. And she came in there looking like Cleopatra, because that was the get up that she had on. And do you know what? Y'all see how Sheree hair is in the confessional, like when it's like poofed up with the bang. Dr. Contessa hair is not quite as jacked up as Sheree, but she's heading into that direction. She do not need to wear that hairstyle or that wig, whatever, anymore. That shit is a hot ass mess, just like Sheree's. Oh my goodness. Every time I look at it, I be cracking up because it just remind me of Sheree. It ain't that quite jacked up, but it's a close runner up. Child. So everybody enjoying the festivities. Quiet. She got her henna done. I forgot. It was either Simone husband or Dr. Jacqueline husband. They messed her henna up, so she had to get that redone. The henna looked beautiful. Like I said, Quiet looked absolutely amazing. So all the guys, they were sitting outside, they were talking and asking each other, how things are going, and they was talking to Dr. Contessa's husband, and he was like, listen, a lot has changed since then. We got the help that we needed, or we still working towards it. And they was bringing up how last year, how they was just confused as to how everything went on, like they were showing the clips because he was doing a lot of lying. So now it's like everything is good. Everybody say how business is booming with the doctors and everybody is on a good foot. And then they made a joke talk about everybody seem to be doing everybody got issues in their relationship except Dr. Heavenly and her husband. Her husband was looking like it's some uneasiness with him, in my opinion, or he just know how to keep quiet. I don't know, but it seemed like Dr. Heavenly is getting on his goddamn nerves. That's what it seemed like to me. Okay, now I could be wrong, but it seemed like she getting on his goddamn nerves. So Dr. Contessa was talking to Quiet, and she was saying she not really ready to talk to Dr. Heavenly right now. She was like, listen, she was my sister. She is my sister. She was like, but she heard me. All that YouTube talk and like they, flashback to her saying the stuff about she, in a verbally abusive relationship and all this old stuff. She was like, that's not what you do as a friend. And Quiet said in her confession, she was like, Dr. Heavenly don't understand. She got her friends and then she got the stuff that she do outside her friends, like on the YouTube and stuff. And she think that they two separate worlds, which she don't realize those two worlds collide. You cannot be, friends with me and biting my back out and talking about my relationship in those hurtful ways. It's not like you're making just a statement that I might not agree with. You really coming for my marriage. You really saying some shit that you shouldn't be saying. So, and some stuff that I don't even deem to be true. That's not what you should be saying as a friend. So I'm with Dr. Contessa on that. Like, it's gonna take some rebuilding after that. Like, fuck out of here. Like, worry about you and daddy. Don't be worrying about me and mine, okay? Listen. They got that on mess. Toya, she running around. Like I said, Toya came 2 hours late. She running around looking for the goddamn on Patron. They ran out of Patron. So Nala was like, well, what can I say? We Indians like to drink. Toya, maybe you could get your Patron if you show the fuck up on time, okay? Ain't nobody stop waiting for you to pop no bottles open, okay? You'll get the Patron when you come on time. If you don't come on time, then you fend for yourself, okay? Like I said, we at the event. Nala's husband is corny because Tessa was like, you look really good. You look good. So he gonna say, you know how it is when I roll up, that's when the party starts. I'm looking like, you don't sit your ass down, you old cornball. And Nala changed into a different outfit. That outfit was really pretty. It was some kind of red get up with sequins. It was really nice. And she started dancing. She talking about she liked to do her Indian dance. She been dancing. She was, I think, 2 years old. And she dancing. They cut to Simone. Simone was talking about that bitch ain't got no rhythm. I was cracking up. I was cracking the hell up. I forgot to mention that Dr. Heavenly, I think they introduced that new couple. I think they probably gonna end up being cast members. It was two. It was a couple. One, the female, she was, I think they said a lawyer, and the husband is actually a dentist. So I really think they probably was introduced for a reason. They probably going to be cast members or, friend of the show. But they seem to be cool. We'll see what they giving or whatever. It looked like she was trying to mingle and get into the get into the conversation where they was talking about how Heavenly was jealous, because I think she had made a comment or something like that. The wife did. So I'm interested to see what they're going to give. And it looks like the next episode gonna be good, because they're gonna do a goddamn on intervention on Dr. Heavenly. And you know that ain't gonna end up well. Listen, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. If you guys like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to holler at your girl. Again, if I missed anything, just leave it down in the comments and I'll make sure to talk about it in the chat. That's all I have. Ain't got no more. Thanks. Bye.